And here with Meadow Bridge head coach Dwayne Reichard. First of all, coach, the end of the first half there, you guys had, and I'll get to Rolls in a second because Trip Rolls had a great game.
He did.
But the end of the half there, you get a situation where he has an INT, takes him inside the red zone, and it was 3 straight sacks after that. How big was that series in the scheme of things?
Well, getting a turnover and really he returned it back into a good field position, and I felt like we had something going there, and I come back with a pass that I had hit Rolls on actually earlier, and they sent a little different pressure package than what we had seen early, and got to us. We got kind of behind the sticks, and I guess maybe I got a little greedy, knowing I was behind the sticks and call a couple more pass plays. Maybe I should have been a little more conservative in the play calling. But fact of the matter is, we're trying to put the ball in the end zone before the half and pull this thing a little closer. And they did a good job of pressuring our quarterback, and it is what it is, I guess.
Is it different, you think, if you were able to score there, maybe put at least 6 on the board, and then it's 17-6 at the half?
I think it could have been. We felt like we had to play good defense, and I thought overall we did play good defense. But of course, we needed to put some points on the board. You come in 17-6 at half, and it's a totally different attitude in the locker room, especially scoring late in the half like that to pull within a couple scores. So it would have definitely turned things around coming out the second half.
And they benefited from 3, I guess you say, mistakes. The couple was the muff snap on the punt, and I think a guy was blocked into your punt or your own guy, and that was a blocked punt.
Yeah.
And then Harold had the interception at the beginning of the game, which so there was 3 mistakes to kind of put you behind the 8 ball.
That's right. Anytime you play a quality opponent and you make those kinds of mistakes, you're always playing from behind, and like you mentioned, the interception there early, it set up their first score, and once you get behind, it tears you down mentally. It changes the way I'm going to call the game and things like that. And like you mentioned there on the 2 punt situations, and we just gave them a short field 2 times there that really just didn't benefit us whatsoever.
Then Trip Rolls. 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery, which in the end zone, which actually led to your 1 touchdown, because you had some nice runs on that set of offensive plays. But Trip Rolls, 4 takeaways, 3 interceptions. What a night for him.
Yeah, Trip's a freshman. Of course, when you bring freshmen up, you're not real sure what you're going to get out of them. But you watch those kids play in middle school. We're starting a couple freshmen skill players, and but you still wonder as they come up from 8th grade. And Tripp stepped in. We've asked him to do a lot of things. He's a blocking back part of the time. He's a wide receiver part of the time. And then on the defensive side, we started him at defensive end, ended up moving him to corner after we had an injury. And you kind of throw him around, but he shows he can play the game, and he did a heck of a job. Coach Spridden there on the defensive side mentioned out on the field, said, we jerk you up and throw you at corner, and you end up with 3 interceptions. That's a pretty good night.
That's an outstanding night. Offensively, it looks like, and I've talked about this a lot, Meadow Bridge used to be the running, and I know you still prefer the running game.
Right.
And it looks like you're getting back into that. Is that personnel? Is it a difference of having a young line, and your quarterback doesn't have a lot of time? Those 3 sacks illustrated. Right. Is it that, or
it really is a combination of things. We know that up front we're inexperienced. We're fairly young there, and we know in the next couple of years those guys are going to gain a lot of quality experience now. But you're going to take your wounds here early, without inexperience, and we feel like we run block a little better and we pass block. So yeah, we have moved back to a power run game set. It's not our traditional power eye that we always were here at Meadow Bridge, and part of that is personnel. We don't really feel like we have a couple different big running backs, and our best quarterback options are second best big running back. So we feel like we can set those 2 guys back there side by side in the shotgun and run those guys that we've got more options that way.
Your quarterback's the 4th biggest man on the roster by weight. I noticed that. I know the kid's a great athlete. Is that a problem when you got to when you have lineman type guys at quarterback.
It
that.
is.
And I know this has been a problem here different years because you got small rosters at times.
Right, it is. It's difficult when you take a kid that's really a lineman body and have to play him in a skill position, especially when you're kind of thin on the offensive line side and experience wise. But Seton started one game for us last year on the offensive line. We went to James Monroe with kind of a rundown roster due to COVID protocols, and he's not real energetic when it comes to playing on the line. So, we played him at tight end last year. He played a little running back as well. And coming into this year, we were kind of put in a situation where we felt like he was our best option at quarterback. And, we tinkered with some other people, but, all in all, he was our best option if we wanted to throw the ball. And also knowing that he could run the ball some with a little bit of power.
Coach, I appreciate the time.
Thank you.